Hey everyone, and welcome back to another 3D revolution. In this video I'm going to be going through my 9 essential plugins for Octoprint and how they can make it even better than it is out of the box. So let's have a look. Octoprint is a fantastic system for being able to monitor and control all your 3D printers from one place, but it can be even better if you use the right plugins. Before we go through my essential plugins list, let's quickly go over how to find and install plugins in Octoprint. Okay, so to install a plugin, just go up to the settings menu, down to plugin manager. This will list any plugins you've got installed, then click get more. You can search for them in the search bar here. And then if you find one that you want to install, click install here. It will then pop up with an install window and then just hit save here and restart your Octopi. The first plugin might seem more like an aesthetic plugin, but it makes Octoprint much better at monitoring a print live and being able to glance at a screen and instantly see the details you're after. And the first plugin is Dashboard. The Dashboard plugin adds a new tab. So if you go up to the top here, it's Dashboard. Now you can see there is a variety of different settings here, as well as a feed of your webcam. So you've got your hot end temperature, your bed temperature, both the target and the actual temperatures, and then also your fan speed. You've also then got if you're currently connected to your printer, and then also some statistics on your Raspberry Pi itself. So you've got your processing power usage and memory and your disk usage as well. If you go up to the settings for it, so if we come down to Dashboard, here you'll find other settings you can apply. So everything in this first section are details that we've got applied to our dashboard, but down here are other features you can add as well. So you've got your job control buttons that are like play and pause your prints, etc. And a variety of other ones, and then some options down here. So you can, as well as add and remove them, you can just hide them from display. So if we were to hide the webcam, you can hide it when you're not printing. So if we click that and then we close that, the webcam is no longer visible when you're not actively printing. Now, if you're watching this video, you're already fascinated with 3D printing and how it works, and you've probably seen some amazing time lapses of 3D prints taking place. Octoprint does have a built-in time-lapse feature, but you can only set it to take images either every few seconds or every new layer. And especially if you've got a bed that moves, this is going to cause a very juddery video and it's not going to look that great. But with the plugin Octolapse, it makes that completely different. It allows you to set your prints to take photos at different times, but it will automatically position both the bed and the nozzle to make sure that it looks smooth. You can even have the nozzle animate around your print during the time lapse. I'm going to be doing a dedicated video on how to set up and use Octolapse to make amazing time lapses with Octoprint, so make sure you keep an eye out for that. But in the meantime, make sure you check out this plugin because it really transforms the ability to make time lapses using your 3D printer. The next plugin is Sidebar Webcam. The Sidebar Webcam just adds this section here, which is a live feed of your webcam. You can click it, it'll go full screen, unclick it and it will go small screen. Now, whilst in Dashboard, you can add a feed from your webcam to your main display. Having it on your sidebar means that as you're ticking across other tabs in the user interface, you can still see your webcam, and that can be really useful. The next plugin is PrintTime Genius. Now, I'm sure you're aware when you slice your model and create the G-code, it will give you an estimate of how long the print is going to take. But PrintTime Genius makes that far more accurate. It will continually update its estimate as you're printing based on how long it's taken to run previous parts of the code, but it will also take into account things like how long it will take the hot end to heat up even. It gives you a much better figure for estimating how long a print will take, so I really recommend that plugin. The next plugin ties in really well with PrintTime Genius, and it's called Detailed Progress. Detailed Progress basically makes sure that all of the stats like what percentage of your print is finished, how long you've got left, and the estimated completion time is outputted to your printer's LCD display. So you can glance at your printer and see those details rather than having to load up Octoprint every time. Really useful feature. First, there was Octoprint Everywhere, a plugin that allowed you to access your Octoprint from wherever you were, even outside of your local network. Then there was Spaghetti Detective that added an AI system that used your webcam to monitor your 3D print and let you know if anything looked like it had gone wrong. Then Spaghetti Detective started charging for their services and they changed their name to Obico. Now, Octoprint Everywhere has also added an AI monitoring system and they are still completely free, supported by the 3D printing community. I'm going to be doing a detailed video covering both of these plugins separately, but effectively they are offering the same service. They are both allowing you to access your Octoprint remotely outside of your network, but they're also offering an AI system that monitors your print via the webcam and lets you know of any issues. Octoprint Everywhere is the free version, so I would recommend having either of these installed if any of those features appeal to you. Sometimes you just need to stop your printer as soon as possible, and the Simple Emergency Stop plugin for Octoprint is the perfect way to do that. It quite simply adds a little button into the nav bar at the top of Octoprint, and if you hit that, it stops your printer dead. It will stop the motors and it will stop the hot end, and it will save the day. It even gives you a couple of size options for the button. Once you've got lots of G-code uploaded to Octoprint, it can be a right faff trying to filter through all of it, trying to figure out which one you actually wanted to print. Well, Slicer Thumbnails makes it a very different story. It will add a button to each of your G-code files, and if you click that button, it shows you a thumbnail, a 3D render of that object. You can also, in the settings, then add it so it will include an inline thumbnail as you're scrolling through all your G-code, and this will also then be shown when you're selecting G-code to be printed. It will show the image of what it's going to look like underneath in the main display. My final recommended plugin is the Pretty G-code plugin, and it creates a 3D render of your file which you can move around, but it shows you the actual toolpath. So not only does it allow you to move around and view the whole model in 3D before you start printing, but as you're printing you can sync it up with your toolhead and actually see the toolpath unfolding in real time. It can really transform how you're able to monitor what part of your print is being printed at that moment. So those are my essential Octoprint plugins. Here's a quick look at what Octoprint looks like with no plugins installed, and then here is what it looks like with all of the plugins that I just mentioned installed and how it transforms the user experience. I hope that's given you a better idea of which Octoprint plugins can really improve the user experience of this system. I've got another video coming up very soon of extra Octoprint plugins which will add extra functionality to the system, so keep an eye out for that video. If you've got any questions, pop them in the comments below. Otherwise, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks very much.